drumming is very important. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. If you give me a drum any day, trust me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so like you said, which one is the Nguni?
Okay.
Moya is
the Nguni? Moya. We moya, 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 we moya, we moya. I'm known as Gogo Magwanyana. That's my Nguni. And my Mdawe is Songanisaya Mtupa Wastole. And my Gedla is Konto Wohlanga. And my other Nguni, which is from my mom's side, is Umanzandonga and Kwanas. That's what I'm representing on this bead. And then for my Xhosa lineage people, they gave me Ucima Mahlat.
Gobela ke ngoku. Nakuthethe ngale nkomo yawuthi Gobela ke ngoku. Gobela ke ngoku. Gobela ke ngoku. Sithi makube mhlophe. Bese makho bethe sibele.
Ukulobola impande. It's basically what I can say. You're acquiring your own franchise now. Your own franchise. You can have your own schedule. You can do your own thing now. You can still work with Obababako. Now you have seen. So impande is the root. So a root that is used to heal. Okay. So now basically you're being taken to see the origins of that root. Where is that root coming from? How does that root look like? So it's a sacred journey on its own. Okay. It's a sacred process on its own. So now you're being shown where is that root? How are you going to use this root? Okay. So now that's why I was saying, if I give a wrong advice to somebody else who's Mpandeni, I'm doing a disservice to my own Mpande, which I have ingested the Mpande, you know. So if I disrespect the Mpande, then I'm disrespecting the whole lineage of it all, you see. So Ukulobola is like you're paying. You say, okay, can you please show me the origin of this Mpande? Can you please show me where is this root coming from? How is this root going to work? So basically, I'll carry you like a franchise. But you still have to respect that Mpande. You still have to say what? Be accountable to the origins of Mpande. You can't just do all willy-nilly without checking with Umnikazi Mpande. Is this allowed? Up in Mpande, you know. So say you want to do something different. Check with them first, because now Mpande yabo. So what are you doing to that Mpande? You know. So that's why Ulobola is just to say, I pay respects. Can I use it? You're basically asking for permission to use it now to kulisa abako abantwana. So you go like on Hlatini, Mfuleni, and then you come back. When you come back, then you can show your family routine. But you don't show them that. You just say, okay, Sengulile, now I have Mpande. And then your ancestors basically are saying, now Kulile, Kulisa Banyabantwana. The fact is, you have it in your body, you have it in your blood. So they need to see it in Dumbenyabuti. This is the Mpande that we've asked our child to work through. Okay. Because Abanye, they have it in their families, and Mpande originates from their family, and then others will pay respects to that Mpande. So tonight Mpande kakazini semalelane, so you pay respects to them. So whatever you do, you need to be careful that you don't tarnish the name of Mpande. Because the way you carry yourself, the way you do things, the way you kulisa abantwana babantu, because remember now you've been entrusted with those kids' lives. Amadlozi abantwana are trusting you to actually do right by them. Right? So now you need to check with Mpande, okay, am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? yes, your ancestors are going to guide you, but you also need to, good to say, because now it's amadlozi and bandi, and amadlozi are working together now when you become Gobela.
What would you say your gifts are as a Samoa? Your personally?
Okay, personally me, I would say my gift is prayer. My gift is mentorship. My gift is healing, but healing more with this two-year side of it. I can heal with I know what mutis to combination and also the ability to see, to see beyond what you're saying to me.
And then if someone comes to a consultation, what is it that you typically do? That's something that I haven't really asked many people.
Typical consultation, you come with money, 210 to 200 rand, with 2 5 rand coins. So we will sit. We have the set of bones here. The way I do it, mine is on top of a grass mat, okay, and then a red lappy. This is how we do. I'm carrying on with what we learned a client. And then we open a Bible, like randomly. You as a client, you open the Bible. So you do this. Where your fingers stop, you give me that, and then I read it to you. So that's where we start. And then we start with Shashluba by that. And then coming from that reading, then that ability of me being able to see and comes through. Okay. So I will tell you what I'm seeing and what's coming up. And then if you still want me to throw the bones, I'll throw the bones away. And then I'll throw the bones away. And then once we've done that, depending what comes out, I can give you the mutis to cleanse. I can start with the cleansing process. So it differs from client to client. Some insist on the bones being thrown. But what I do first is to read the Bible. And then Makulu Nekete, she gave me Ubuluzi. So she always speaks to me and she will tell me, okay, this is this and this and this. You can agree, you can disagree. It's not cast in stone.
Okay. How would you say your life changed from before Mutata and afterwards?
The way it has changed is that I think, and the way I carry myself, the way I look at things, the way I approach things, how is it going to affect me in the long run? Because remember, whatever you say now, you're speaking it to the universe. It might come back, bounce off that wall, come back to you. So you're very conscious of your surroundings, of how you say things and what you say to the person. And how is that person going to... Same thing they say to you. What I think about you is none of your business. But how you react, it's your business. You see? So that's the philosophy I've kind of like adapted. It wasn't easy. Because, one touch is a move. But then once you go through the training, you actually remember, okay, yes, it's my body, but there are people using this body to convey a message. So now if you dating this body with your thoughts, your words and everything, they're going to step away and say, wrong vessel. You see.
So would you say it's important to live a clean lifestyle or,
Clean as you can, be conscious. Be conscious, because now, when you're talking about the ancestors, they don't have a body that they can use, so they're using your body. So now you need to be careful of how you carry yourself, things that you do, because now you're reflecting your lineage. Are they going to be proud to have you in their lineage, in the things that you're doing? So you become very aware.
And how does that play into relationships? Do you think the relationships that you have with people, do you think they have to approve of somebody that you're in a relationship with?
So it depends, because remember they come in different ways. They can, it's a mind touch, where you're thinking of something and then you say it out, right? Or they can actually come through you. With this when you are in Idlozi again, so they're coming through you because they can't speak, so they're using your voice, they're using your body, and then you take over their mannerism. You see, so that's what, and then they can overshadow you. Like somebody will see I'm here, but somebody will see my grandmother or somebody or something. So those are the ways of them coming through. So when it comes to a relationship, it's important to say to them, my people, I saw this guy. Kind of like him. Please, and then they'll be like, okay, It's a conversation. They're your parents after all, you know. Because for me, I had a relationship, 2-year relationship, before I went in Edlozini. I went in on the 2nd of October, by the 15th of October it was. And then they actually showed me later that he wouldn't have respected them. He wouldn't have respected my calling. So that's why they had to. Yes, it's not nice when they take him away, but then once you get to think about it, then you understand, okay, this is the reason why they took him away. But yeah, I told them, no, I need someone. Winter's coming.
Do you sometimes physically see them in dreams? Can you talk about the different ways that you see them?
There's different ways of seeing them, right? But I'll speak about my experiences. I see them in my dreams, okay? And sometimes it's like a flash, and you're like, okay. And then you kind of describe that person, and then you go back to the family and ask, who was like this and this, and they're like, oh no, it was grandma so, you know? So you can see them actually like you're sitting, and then you can have a conversation with them. They will be sitting there and you'll have a conversation. So that's the process of Intwaso actually gives you that ability to, you know, to be in tune with them, you see. Because anybody else will think, you're Xhayimpi, you know. But then because you've gone through the Intwaso process, you've opened that portal and you've opened your energy as well. You've opened that so you are able to see them in different. You can see in the dreams it's even much more clearer, but then it's like vision, like passing visions, and you're able to see them. And then when you're Maupahla, you know, you can actually see them with you there, and yes. And at the river, you can see totems. All right. So there are river totems, there are mountain totems. There's a totem animal for every clan, you know. So you know when you're doing something and the totem animal comes through, then you know, okay, it's them, you know. So for another person who has not got that ability, will not understand the whole thing. But that's how you can see them. For instance, for me, if I see Nkalangala, like the crab, I know okay, that's fine. And then you let it pass. And then the river totem, you know, you can see it sliding there, you're thinking, okay, I see you, you know. So it's a different totem for every. Like for instance, the Batlokwa, which is my Sotho side of it. If I see a jackal, even if it's in my dream, that's them. I know that, okay, that's my Tlokwa people coming through, the Basotho people coming through. So.
What's the most interesting thing that or some of the things that you can remember from this program that talk about how our spirituality is kind of intertwined across cultures?
Okay, across cultures, the one thing I know is that we all believe in a higher being. The difference is what we call that higher being. All right. So I call it Velingangi. We all have a higher being that we believe in, but it's just that what do we call that higher? How do we address that higher being? All right? Because we praise God, we venerate Amadlis, because they are our parents. All right. They also believed in God. All right. So now I cannot put them as my gods because they were people, and God is God. He's eternal. He's high up there. But because they are closer, because they're on the other side, I can ask them to bring my prayers closer to God. You see? That's how we relate to our ancestors. Because, for instance, I say grandmother, great grandmother, and. Because I'm their bloodline. But now because they're on the other side, can they bring my prayers and my requests and my thanksgiving to God? Because we forget to say thank you. Guardian angels, ancestors. Remember who believes in guardian angels? We all have a guardian angel. How we address that guardian angel, it's a personal thing, right? I cannot force my beliefs on somebody, which is also something that I found very, very intriguing. People who don't understand Ubungoma, they have a lot to say about Ubungoma, and yet they don't understand Ubungoma, you know, because Ubungoma, it's not. I know that the ones that are doing the bad things, they're getting the airtime. They're getting the airtime. The ones that are doing the wrong things. In every profession, there's a good side and then there's a bad side. But now the bad side is getting all the airtime. The good things that are being done by Izangoma, it's like, it's you know, it won't attract people, or people will not really listen. But there are good stories to be told about Ubungoma. There are beautiful stories to be told about abantu who've gone through Ubungoma from nothing to something, you know. And people stigmatize Ubungoma because they don't understand Ubungoma. So when you don't understand something, rather ask, and then we explain it to you, which this is what it's about, than you assuming and making stories about it. Because I know stories sell, I know the bad airtime and all of that, but at the same time, it's a detriment to those who are doing the good, you know. And the other thing is about Ubungoma, it's not for the money. It's not a quick fix. It's not like a drive-through where you come this side and then by the other side you've got money, you are well off, you see. Because first of all, you need to prove yourself to your ancestors that I'm here 100%. Because most of us took time to answer the call because we didn't understand it, because we did not have a reference point. Now that we've answered the call, we want them to be quick. No. It doesn't work like that. You also need to prove yourself that, okay, I'm in this. And you also need to be aware of your thoughts. Because whatever you're thinking, the universe can hear it, and the universe will manifest it, you know. So those are the things that you, in this journey, I've also learned that the hard way. I doubted. I didn't believe. I was like, oh, well, of all the people in this family, you called me. Why me? You know? So now I needed to prove myself. Not a bartering system. Okay, I've answered your call, now give me the car. I've answered your call, give me that house. I've answered your call, give me that partner. You see? Catch-22? You see? Yeah. So you also need to prove to them, I'm worthy of this call. I'm worthy of being your vessel. I'm worthy of... And once you've answered it, how are you carrying yourself in this whole journey? So,
Do you think that it's possible for everybody to have a relationship with their ancestors, whether they go through, whether they have a calling or not?
it's possible. Those people are in your bloodline. First of all, when you say, I've already called generation, so which means they're in me. So I can say, no, this can't be it. Can I? If you're speaking to them, they're with you. We all have ancestry. We all have a lineage. We all have a lineage. You're not a mushroom. You just pop up. There is somewhere where you're coming from. So we all have a lineage. It's just that they pick one or two people in the family to work through. Not to say when now who's not chosen, they don't care about you. They do. You are their child. Okay? You can still dream. They can still use you in a different way. It's just that this particular one has to carry on this kind of work for them. But you, as their child, you can still call upon them and say, Makulu. That's why people, when they do Thanksgiving, even though they're not Zangomas, they do Thanksgiving lunches. They do eating. You know, who are they doing it for? They're not Zangomas, but they're doing Thanksgiving lunches to say thank you for all the blessings that I've received. Where did you receive those blessings? Now you need to acknowledge those people. You know.
How would you explain Ubungoma to somebody who doesn't know how to do it?
Okay. Ubungoma, it's basically, first you need to have a place where uzophahla khona. Ngekuphahle apha namhlanje, ngomso uyophahla phaya. Because basically saying, okay, this place, I am reserving it for my connection with you guys, or with you, my ancestors, all right? So uphahla phayana is that you're calling on all of them, all right? So uphahla is that you're first acknowledging them, your mother's side, your father's side, and all the great ones, all right? So you're calling all them, you're saying, come, I want to speak to you. Come, can I have a conversation with you? The danger yokuphahla that people do is that we only phahla when we want something. So when you want something, then you know you need to phahla. Phahla every day, you're just saying, thank you, Absava, you've been there with me. Thank you for taking my prayers to God. Thank you for allowing me to be one of your kids in the lineage. Thank you for just being here and giving me this lifeline or this lifeblood. Can you please protect me? can you please be with me? You don't tell them, you ask. You see? Because once you tell, you've already decided, okay, this is what I want, so they're going to give it to me. No, you ask. They're your parent, so you have to have respect. So upahla basically is you speaking to them. It's your time with them. And it doesn't have to be 5 minutes, it doesn't have to be 20 minutes. You just say, okay, Gogo nomkhulu, my mom's side, my dad's side, great-grand, this, great-grand, that. And then if you know their names, you can call their names. If you know all their clan names, you call all their clan names. And basically you shut the world out. And it's you and them. And then once you pahla, just stay for 2-3 minutes. Don't say pahla, and then up you go. Stay 2-3 minutes and just be in the moment. Because answers come through. Whether right there and there or later. But you just need to be open to that. Yes, I've asked for this. It might take a while to come through. So like I said, it's not a takeaway, it's not a quick fix. So upahla basically, you're just speaking. You're venerating them. You thanking them. You asking them. You pleading with them. You asking for guidance. You asking for protection. You asking for, I pahla every day before I leave my house. To say, I'm going to be on the road. Be with me. I'm going to be at work. There's lots of energies. Protect me. All right. I'm going to be... So you're reporting so that they can know your route. So they can be with you. If there's anything ebegi where they can just remove it for you. Because you ask for it. Because you never know. There's a lot of naughty people out there. So you say, okay, I'm going to get into my car. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Please guide me. Be my guide. And be my eyes, because I don't see that far. I only see up to here. So please, can you clean it up for me? And then protect me from any energy that might be coming my way. So those are the things you say there, partly. So you're speaking to your people, you're talking to, you're having a conversation with them. And it can be any time of, it doesn't have to be once a day. Because when I leave my house, and I pahla when I come back. And tell them, okay, thank you, you've protected me, and thank you for taking my request to God to bring the angels to watch over me as I travel. Because one thing Baba said too, we say, oh, there's an accident. Oh, there's an accident. Why don't you say, thank you, I am not in that accident, and then you walk past, and then you drive past. You see? So little things like that. So upahla is very important. Okay.
So what was the most challenging part of the process?
Do you really want me to go there?
If you don't.
Okay. The most challenging for me was sharing the space. Remember, I'm a last one, and I always had my own room, my own space, my own this, my own that, my, it was my, me. You get to a place where you have to share the space. It's literally your mattress, somebody's right here next to you. You don't have the luxury of a double bed. You don't have the luxury of, somebody washing dishes for you. You have the luxury of somebody doing. So you literally just have to calm down, humble yourself, and just, you know what? I am here for this period. Can I just do it? So for me, and the personalities that come out. Because remember, we're meeting these people for the first time, and we're all adults. We all have our own perceptions of life. We all have our way of doing things. So we needed to adjust to this whole thing of you share this, you share that, you share. So it's about sharing. Yes, I do share, but you get to understand that, you know what, this is a collective. And for you, you can't exist alone in a collective. All right? Because when you're doing things, you need to do things together. We need to clean the yard. So we needed to share the chores and there are those who are going to slack off, and then you end up picking up a lot from that. And then it was challenging. It was a challenge.
Can you please explain this to me, for those who don't know what it is?
Okay. This tunya basically is the gift of prophecy. It's the gift of prayer, where you're wearing imzambato. It's like church-based. Okay. My grandmother was not a sangoma. My grandmother was just a praying woman. She was prayerful. She survived on prayer. She did everything. And she was MU, Mother's Union, in the Anglican Church. But because she had that gift, she needed it to continue. So she gave it to me. It's two. So Isithunywa is like you being sent, uyathunywa. You know? So isithunywa bathuma wena ukuthi use this. So isithunywa is like your church-based calling. Okay? It's where you read the Bible. It's where you philisa ngezwasho, where you healing amanzi, where you heal through prayer. And the one of the most amazing thing about isithunywa is that all you have to do is just to pray. So which is why prayer and Ubungoma go together. And I'm here. I pray, I pasha. You see, so they work hand in hand. Mozo hlahluba, we use the Bible, we use the matama. I can actually hlahluba you just using your Bible without even. By the time some people will say no, posa matama, because they got that belief that you haven't hlahluba me without posa matama. So isithunywa is church. It's Christian. It's prayer based. It's water based. It's washo, imikando, amanzi, mthandazo nje. Yathandazo nje isithunywa, and water is very important. Waterfalls are beautiful for isithunywa because it vulala. So you just stand under a waterfall and have it hit you here. You're like, you're opening up the portal. You see, you go to the river. You see, so the river is important to isithunywa. The waterfall is important to isithunywa. The ocean is important to isithunywa. You see. Same thing, same time. The river is important to Ubungoma. The ocean is important to Ubungoma. So those things work hand in hand. You see. So I pray, I pasha. It doesn't matter. Sometimes I start with a prayer, and then I pasha, or I start with pasha, and then I pray. So there's none that is high above the other one.
And did you grow up in church?
Yes. Anglican church. I grew up in Anglican church. And I was part of the Girls Friendly Society, GFS. And then I was very involved in our church in Rondebosch in Cape Town. I was also part of the Parish Church Council. You know, I was one of the readers. So I grew up in church. And at home, we're Anglicans. We observe Lent, we observe Christmas, we observe all the Christian holidays, you see. So I grew up in church. My sister went to a Roman Catholic school until she was in 13. You see. So we grew up, we Christians, we grew up in church at home. So which is why it was kind of difficult for some of my family members to say, but you grew up in church, how can you be a Sangoma?
Did you feel like that at any point?
Oh yes. First of all, I asked them, of all the people, the kids in this family, why me? And then my one cousin actually said to me, Uma coconut amaninga like I. Natata ena coconut kuma coconuts. That's actually what she said. Kuwa wonka ma coconut akona like I. Natata eyona coconut ye coconut. Nazo yensi sango. Njani. Remember growing up, Zangoma were dirty, like you would see this person with unkept and you know, so it was not glamorous, it was not appealing, and so now all the elders are tired of how we're carrying ourselves. We've lost it. So now they're being forceful. So now they're attacking exactly the professionals. They're wanting the educated ones to be the ones that are being called. Okay. So now they're going for the educated ones because now we're cleaning up the image of Ubungo. Have you seen how beautiful Zangoma is? Nana, the stigma, it's slowly being chipped away because it's young people, young professionals. Boy, can we defend ourselves? We can tell you like Ubungoma this and this and this and this. So it's no longer of those people who are unkept, who are this and this and this. No, it's professionals. You've got doctors, you've got actors, you've got lawyers, you've got career people coming through because now they're cleaning up the image of Ubungoma. The calling has always been there for different people, but it's just that now we are the generation that is answering more. We are open-minded. We're in the new age. There's different kinds of spirituality. There's alternative, there's African, there's this. We're giving it names, but the fact is we are the generation that's answering more. You know, we're hearing the call more than the other generations that did before. So the stigma is slowly being chipped away. Yes, you do have your people who are getting airtime, doing bad things, you know, but then we need to also advertise the good things that are being done. So the stigma is still there, but not as much as it used to be. Because there's a lot being written about Ubungoma now. There's a lot of literature on Ubungoma. There's a lot of literature on African spirituality. There's a lot of African-based churches that are doing good.
What do you think is the main Sangoma's role in society? What is their purpose in society?
Purpose in society is to keep the sacredness of it all. You are a keeper of the tradition. You are a keeper of the knowledge. You are a keeper of the sacredness of the whole Ubungoma story. The way you carry yourself, that's your responsibility as a Sangoma. Because you can't say to somebody, hey, if I was going to something, you can't. So you are a keeper of the goodness, the pureness of the of Ubungo, of the traditions of simple things like you're cooking with not cooking, like you're using a sage. You call it sage, I call it impepper. You're using a roslin or something like that, I use it for something else, somebody uses it for something else. So you're the keeper of the knowledge of the traditions. And the way you carry yourself and how you do those things, that's your responsibility to the society. You need to keep the pureness of the whole institution, if I may call it like that. You see? So your responsibility as Isangoma is to make sure that the healing is done properly. Not money-based, it shouldn't be rent-based. The healing should be spirit-based. So that's your responsibility as Isangoma in the society. You see?
And are all Sangomas called to heal?
Healing, most of the time, is just incorporating the whole thing, right? Because not all Sangomas are called to Twasisa. You see, not all people are called to Twasa. Some are called to be used by their ancestors to convey certain messages. Right? Not necessarily you have to Twasa, but they can use you as a vessel. But then you need to keep yourself clear and so pure or whatever. Right? And then healing. How are you healing? So healing, you can heal a broken soul. You can heal with immunity. You can heal with this. So healing is just like the overall of. So your healing might be different to my healing. So yes, we are called to heal, but how? It's the how of the healing that is different for each Sangoma.
And then how would you describe the difference between holistic healing and like healing with Western medicine?
Western medicine go for the symptom. Okay. You're healing the symptom. Holistic healing, we look at your aura, we look at your being, we look at your, like holistic is like whole, but your wholeness. Sometimes our traditional medicine, they fall somewhere, and then you can take your Western medication. Sometimes Western medication, there's an end point, and then you get to so they shouldn't be clashing. They shouldn't be clashing. All right, they should actually be working like this. Right? Because I'll give you an example. Psychology. You go for counseling. You're feeling depressed. We're seeing bipolar. We're seeing this. We're seeing this. Right? You come to me. I tell you, I'll line you, but it's just that you're not understanding the difference. And so those two should be actually working hand in hand. Instead of bombarding you with medication. Can you look into your soul? Can you look at your being? Why are you having the bipolar? What is causing the root of that bipolar? So it's different ways of it. Psychologists will come to you with this. I may come with you at this, but they shouldn't be working like this. They should actually be working to help. I was diagnosed with clinical depression with audio growing up because I could hear things. And remember, I said Amadlozi speak to you and you can hear them. And then audio came from me being able to, and then depression because I would go into this zone for like 2, 3, this dark place, and I'm thinking, because they're overwhelming me. So I was diagnosed with it.
So a lot of these
We're
mental
not, they can be traced back, but we're not belittling. Mental illness is an issue. It is a real issue. It's a massive issue. So that's why I'm saying they need to work. They need to work.